Hi, this is Derek with another movie review for HorrorNerds.com. Today I'm going to be talking about Ninjas vs. Zombies, a movie that came out, I want to say in 2008, but was picked up for Distribution USA 2010. I could be wrong on that, I apologize to you, but it was written and directed by Justin Timpani, sorry if I botched your name. Stars Daniel Ross, Corey and Carla Okuchi. Again, sorry for the botching of the names. Usually I'm good with Japanese surnames. And basically is exactly what the title says. Ninjas fighting zombies. 7 friends getting together, kind of, in their early 20s and 30s. Basically, one of their loved ones is resurrected, starts eating people. A couple of them get some ninja powers. Think if Street Fighter 2 had a live-action version meeting a really, really bad version of an old Night of the Living Dead failed pilot, and all done by, film students. This isn't even a B film. It is probably an F- film. It's probably one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire life. I couldn't even laugh just because I think they were not even striving to go for the B level. And they figured, well, screw it, since it's a B film, we'll just put in a bunch of cheesy lines. We don't need anybody that can even act. As long as we have a lot of blood and gore, let's make a zombie film in our backyard, which quite literally I think they did. That and the local dojo that they used. I don't want to say I was offended by having I want to say a half Japanese family in there, as the Japanese would say, a hafu. That isn't racist. That is pure Japanese for you. I lived over there. I think I'm qualified to say it at least a little bit. I don't know if they put that in there because of the idea of a ninja to try to add some credibility. It doesn't, not even a little bit. Especially those two characters, husband and wife team, were not really even that interesting to me in the film. But the problem really is just that, if you're going to do a B film, do a B film, watch your stock of John Waters clips, see how it's done, see a couple of the more interesting ones that have been done in the past couple years, and, take your cue from that and go with it. But, at least take a few classes of knowing how to film. I don't know how to do anything behind a camera. I can barely, make my iPhone camera work, but I think if I took even one class, I could do better than these guys. And again, no acting here. Clearly nobody in this movie is famous by any stretch of the imagination. Not that that is necessarily a bad thing. I think that the film still could have worked, even with the ridiculous premise and idea. If we have Alien versus Predator, why not Ninjas versus Zombies? I almost had wished that this film would have made it more specific, though. If we could have had a certain type of ninja, maybe the name of a famous ninja, or not so famous, or a famous ninja that they'll make famous by the mythology of the story they create, and maybe a particular type of zombie or something, then it could have had something to it. The problem with this movie is it's about as general as its title. It never carves out its own niche, and not only that, but it just seemed like a movie that somebody made and somehow got distribution. Somebody put a lot of money into this, clearly, in terms of getting it noticed, but not a lot of money in terms of the production. Production value is, like I said, it's not even an F, it's an F-. Had it had a little bit of that, we could have seen something, I think, a lot more for our enjoyment. The idea of it isn't too bad. The special effects could have been done on a computer easily, with a little bit of, Final Cut, I think. But overall, it isn't the worst film in the world per se, but it's definitely one of the worst films I've seen in a long time. Please don't watch this movie if you can avoid it at all costs, simply because it's just a waste of time, really, when there's so many other great movies out there and great B films. If B films are your thing, like they are mine in some ways, there's amazing B films in that respect. But this doesn't even try to be a B film. I think it pretends like it wants to, but it never fully succeeds. So for that reason, Ninjas vs. Zombies I don't feel is anything worth checking out. I mean, it's supposed to be horror. It doesn't even reach that. The effects of decapitations of zombies, things like that, I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's really bad. But, you know, what can you expect with a title like Ninjas vs. Zombies? I was at least hoping for something B-film. Instead, I just really wish a ninja or a zombie would have killed me. Anyways, sorry for the negative review. I don't mean to be so mean. I do respect anybody that makes art. No offense to the director or the writers or even the cast, but just, you know, come on, guys. You could do better than that. So hopefully your next movie will, okay? Anyways, this has been a movie review for HorrorNerds.com. My name is Derek, and we'll be talking.